What's going on, guys? Here we are with our third video, and today I'm going to be attempting to draw HP. I'm not the best artist, but I definitely can draw, so I'm going to do my best and see what I can do as far as drawing him goes. And you guys can judge and let me know how you feel about it. So that's the picture I'm using to draw HP. I'll be using it as a reference. So we're going to start out with the outline. Here I'm trying to put more detail on his body. I'm putting the scales, I filled in his beard some, put the lines on his eyes, the lines around his back, little dents here and there. I mean, not dents, but the grooves in his body. I needed to put more detail so that, his scales would pop out and he would look like how a bearded dragon looks. So I was pretty satisfied with how the picture itself looks. So I figured I would do the background to give the picture a little more pop. So I'm just adding some lines around the corners and putting his name, which is HP, as I've said in the introduction video to all of my pets. His name is HP. The H stands for Harry. The P stands for Potter. I wasn't the one that named him, but the person who did named him Harry Potter because of the speckles over his eyes. And here you can see that I started to do some outlining. I'm gonna do outlining for the entire drawing. I am switching between pens so that the size of the lines aren't as thick as, let's say like the background. So I'm just outlining his body, filling in the scales, and just covering everything up so I can erase all of the pencil marks and give it a very definite shape instead of the furry lines, if that makes any sense. So I used the phone for reference. I made the picture black and white so I could see some more of the details because the colored picture wasn't really helping me see all the details in his face or just certain parts of his body. So to try to make sure I didn't miss much, I used black and white. So here's where I started to give it color. It was pretty hard to figure out what colors and what shades I was going to use, what colors I was going to mix to get his skin, to get, the certain parts of his body that were darker than others. I just had to figure it all out, and it took me like a full sheet of paper to figure that out, so it took a while. But I figured out what colors I was going to use, and I decided to fill in his body with all the coloring. So here I was just putting a little outline over his body before I tried to color in the background. I put a darker outline for the little sections where the coloring of HP himself went out of the lines a little bit or anything like that. So I put a darker color to make sure that those don't stick out, even though they didn't really stick out as it was. But I just had to make sure. So then I began to put a darker shade of blue around the lines and then put a lighter shade of blue over it. It gives the lines more texture, if that makes any sense, more pop. It looks better that way. And yeah, so I just kept on coloring the entire picture. Alright, well, this is the picture that I used as a reference, and this is the finished picture. So we have HP, and we have the drawing of HP. And H, how do you feel about the drawing? I said, how do you feel about the drawing? He likes it, guys. He just... Can you give me... Blink once. Blink once if you like the drawing. There we go. There we go. He liked it, guys. He liked it. Boom. So, that's HP. That's the drawing. And there we have it. You guys are twins. Alright, guys. Well, that's the drawing. The drawing took me about 2 hours, maybe 2.5. And I will be putting a picture of it up on Instagram for anybody who wants to give it a like, or just go check out our Instagram account. I'll be putting the name of it in the description, and it's also at the end of the video. So feel free to go check out our account and give us a follow, give us a like, whatever you'd like. For those of you who are wondering, I used a regular lead pencil. It's a Bic lead pencil. That's all I use to make the outline. To give it a definitive shape, I used the Pigma Micron 01 and a few other Pigmas. There were some other line thingies, but I can't remember which ones I used. And to color it in, I use Studio 71's markers. Well, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs up. And feel free to comment. Let me know how you felt about the drawing. And that's going to be it for today. I will catch you guys next time. Say goodbye, HP. Once you get off my shirt.